Come on, you damn Sonic. Hello, it's me, the Doctor. Don't you recognise me? I was with Ruby Sunday, who was born on Monday and died on 5 separate Sundays. We were fighting the two masters. I got injured. She dragged me back to the TARDIS. I began my regeneration. All of a sudden, Ruby and the TARDIS vanished, and I was regenerating in outer space. I was a little bit scared. All of a sudden, I turned up on a TARDIS, not my TARDIS, a TARDIS. Guess who was piloting this TARDIS? Clara Oswald and the Shielder. I was surprised to be there, but then I remembered. My memories began returning to me. I said to them, it's me, the Doctor. Don't you recognise me? So in the end, I convinced them of who I was. We had some cuddles, although I was still a little bit dubious of that Shielder. Still didn't trust her after my experiences with her in the past. Anyway, we got past that. We shared some adventures. Then I started to notice that people around the universe, beings around the universe, started dying randomly and vanishing. Then I remembered that Ruby Sunday and the TARDIS had vanished as well. Then I realised that the universe was trying to level things up. The universe does that, you know. Then I realised it was because Clara never went to her death. She was supposed to go back to her death, the long way. You see, when we were on Gallifrey, I brought her back to life after she sacrificed herself. Least I could do, right? But I always thought she would honour her promise to go back to her death. I said to her, Clara, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but you have to go back to your death. She reacted in the most human way. She said no. She refused her fate. And normally I'd be all right with this. But how could I be all right? Her insisting on keeping her life was sacrificing and affecting other life forms. I said to her, please, Clara, don't do this. I'm so sorry. What happened to you? It's all my fault. But you have to go. You have to go back to your death, or the universe will implode. She wouldn't listen. Things turned rather nasty between us and she vanished. I don't know where. Me and the Shielder were left on the TARDIS. We were travelling around looking for Clara and Ruby Sunday as well. Couldn't find either. Eventually, we found Clara. I still could not persuade her to go to her death. It was a strange feeling, being on opposite sides. With Clara, my friend. I didn't want my friend to die. But this was the position I'm in. This is what it's like to be me. I had no choice. She kept on vanishing. We would find her several times later, and the same thing would happen. I knew in the end that it would have to end. And it would have to end for Clara, because if it ended for me and Clara survived, the universe would implode. I couldn't allow that to happen. I've been around for a very, very long time. Longer than I ever imagined. It's then when I found Clara again. She tried to bargain with her life, with knowledge. You see, she sacrificed herself for me. She went inside my timelines and splintered herself a long time ago. But she saw some things from a long time ago in my timelines, and she never revealed that to me. She'd tell me where I was actually from, what universe I was actually from. She was bargaining for her life. But I couldn't sacrifice the universe for my own knowledge. How could I do that? I couldn't do it. I said, I'm sorry, Clara. The secrets that you will have to keep unless you're willing to be a friend and tell me anyway. She refused. She knew how desperate I was to know where I was from, who I actually was. But she wouldn't tell me. She refused. She had to go back to her death. But she refused. She kept on refusing and refusing. And every time I saw her again, the darker she was, her soul was beginning to vanish. This was no longer my impossible girl. I had lost her. But I had to shield her. We were friends now. We were travelling together. We had to find Clara. But we had to find Ruby. Ruby didn't like being alone. Ruby isn't very good when she's on her own. She's a bit like me. So the search continued for Clara and Ruby. And if I didn't find Clara, the whole universe, existence, creation would be at risk.